A Memorial Hospital employee was diagnosed with active tuberculosis. The employee worked at the GMH nursery and had no signs or symptoms of the disease. It was discovered during an executive checkup. According to hospital CEO Peter John Camacho, the hospital became aware of the situation on August 16th. Since then, Camacho has been working with the Department of Public Health to coordinate a response plan, which Director James Gillen says involves reaching out to all mothers and infants who may have been exposed since April of this year.
The regimen usually requires that all of the children are going to have to be screened, okay, and the mom is going to have to be screened. Any other potential contacts at that time. So the hospital had to spend some time going back over this employee's work schedule just to identify all of the possible points of contact.
The individual worked in the nursery department, and based on the time frame that we're looking at, there are about 328 infants that were potentially exposed to this index case.
In addition, if any positive results are discovered, follow-up screenings will be conducted and mothers or infants will be treated at GMH.
The pediatric treatment for any positive indicator is going to be a liquid form of isoniazid, which is INH. Okay, in our stockpile we have a limited source. Thank goodness through the hospital pharmacy we can use the tab form. Okay, reduce it to get it into a suspension that will be compounded by the pharmacy. So we'll be able to provide the dosages that we need to treat the children.
While infants and children are more susceptible to TB, Gillen said they are less contagious than adults. For families worried about possible exposure, Public Health will be setting up a call line.
We haven't set up a call line yet, but we just want people to know, be aware that we're aware of the situation. You know, we're going to get to each mom, each family member, and the child to make sure that we screen them all.
Meanwhile, GMH physician Dr. Tom Shea noted that many infants actually bypass the nursery altogether.
We've instituted the bypass, I think, several months already. So when the baby's born, it stays with the mom or it goes directly bypass to the OB ward. So there is a setup that bypasses the nursery. So it doesn't really go into the nurseries anymore.
We should add a similar incident took place back in 2011 when 154 patients were notified of possible TB exposure at the GMH Labor and Delivery Ward. Then it was recommended that patients potentially exposed get a skin test while their children were urged to get a chest x-ray and receive preventative treatment. To learn more about the situation at the KUAM Memorial Hospital, you can watch the entire interview with GMH Administrator Peter John Camacho and Public Health Director James Gillen on our Facebook page. We also have the reaction to the news from local OBGYN Dr. Tom Shea, who spoke with us from Hawaii. Dr. Shea also wrote a letter to Governor Eddie Calvo today stating this incident is another reason that the labor room at GMH needs to be renovated. The physician has been pushing for renovations for almost 3 years. Once again, the interview is available now on our Facebook page.
Well, shifting gears now, police need your help tracking down a man involved in a stabbing in Jigo early this morning. It happened at the Bang Market along Route 15 in Jigo. Authorities say a man armed with a knife walked into the store and stabbed the cashier in the head before taking off. Investigators say she is reportedly the suspect's landlord, and the stabbing might have been a result of a theft of property issue. The 44-year-old woman, who's the victim, was taken to GRMC to be treated. Police say her injuries do not appear to be life-threatening at this time. And the suspect has been identified. There he is on your screen, Rudolph Patrick. He stands 5'7", weighing between 125 and 145 pounds, and last seen wearing a camouflage army top with red shorts. Anyone with information should call KUAM Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP.
A man charged in connection to a string of armed robberies that happened around the island this year pleaded guilty in Superior Court today. 24-year-old AJ Muñoz Toves pleaded guilty to second-degree robbery as a second-degree felony. He, along with others, had been arrested for their part in the robberies at stores and local game rooms. Toves even was caught on the store security camera with a shirt covering his face when he robbed the Dairy Mart in Manilao at gunpoint back in April. Judge Michael Berdalio sentenced him to 5 years in prison with credit for time served. He was ordered to stay away from the store and the co-defendant in the case, as well as pay a $1,000 fine and restitution to the victim.
She claims she had a bomb and was with North Korea, and she's now under arrest. 27-year-old Yoshi Bermudez is charged with terroristic conduct as a third-degree felony. Court documents state customs officers conducted primary and secondary inspections on a woman arriving on Guam from Singapore around 6 a.m. on Friday. Officers say she appeared to be dazed and confused. It was during the secondary inspection documents state she became upset and claimed several times she had a bomb in her baggage. She then threatened customs officers, saying that she is a serial killer, and pointed at one officer, saying she wanted to kill them all. During all this, the suspect even claimed she was with North Korea and that North Korea should just bomb Guam, and that all more people in the U.S. should be deported back to the island. Before being taken into custody, she even admitted that she had swallowed cocaine. Bermudez is being held on a $5,000 cash bail.
The latest direct threat aimed at Guam from North Korea may be over, but efforts are ongoing to ensure the world that the territory is safe. The Guam Visitors Bureau is in Japan speaking with media out there. GVB President Nate DeKnight stated to Japanese media that, quote, although the global spotlight has been on our island in recent days, Guam remains the same family-friendly and safe destination it has always been, end quote. Governor Eddie Calvo also issuing a prayer of peace message today in response to the attacks in Virginia, Barcelona, and North Korea.
Despite the threats, we did not cower and we did not fear. And we stood up to the attempts of a dictator to fill our lives with terror, and we lived our lives. We went to the family barbecues, attended our children's basketball games, enjoyed the sunny weather with a day at the beach, and we did it all with the same passion and fervor for which we typically live our lives.
Guam Homeland Security officials also chiming in today that there has been no change in the threat level, but that they continue to monitor recent events surrounding North Korea.
Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime.
You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM news than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
This is Tabby. Tabby's service provider is IT&E. This allows her to walk on campus without having to rely on Wi-Fi.
Hey, Abby. Hey, I switched to the IT&E student plan just like you. I love how affordable their plan is. I'm so glad I switched to IT&E. What?
Get up to 5 gigs a month for just $30 and the first 3 months free at IT&E.
Hyundai's summer clearance event is happening now. Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus and Mighty. With financing as low as 1.99%. There's no better time to drive a new Hyundai Accent, ranked highest in initial quality, starting at just $11,995. Or the new Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. SUV lovers, check out the new Hyundai Tucson starting at $19,995. Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's our Hyundai summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
At Shell, it's about offering more than just fuel. It's about providing service to people. From hot coffees to warm welcomes, from clean bathrooms to fresh food, we're on a mission to make you leave happier than when you arrived. So whatever your journey, we're here. Welcome to service. Welcome to Shell. Serving the islands for over 30 years. Share your story at Shell Foodies Guam on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag Station Stories, hashtag Shell Guam.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Hafa Day and welcome back. It's made headlines throughout the day. 10 sailors reported missing after the USS John McCain was involved in a collision earlier today with an oil tanker. It happened just after 7 a.m. Guam time east of Singapore and the Strait of Malacca. The crash resulting in damage to the guided missile destroyer's port side that's the left rear according to the Navy. Search and rescue efforts are underway. At least 5 were injured. Of that, 4 were medically evacuated by the Republic of Singapore Navy Puma helicopter to a hospital in Singapore for non-life-threatening injuries. The 5th did not need medical attention. The Singaporean Navy and the USS America are assisting in the search efforts. This marks the second collision involving a Navy destroyer in less than 3 months. It was in June the USS Fitzgerald crashed into a Japanese merchant ship, killing 7 sailors. The ship's 3 senior officers have since been relieved of their duties.
President Donald Trump will discuss the path forward in Afghanistan in a speech tomorrow morning. The White House confirming that over the weekend. He is set to deliver the speech at the Fort Myer military base in Arlington, Virginia. It's there Trump is expected to provide an update on the path forward for America's engagement in Afghanistan and South Asia. The address comes after a lengthy strategy review in which the White House and Pentagon officials mold a more aggressive role for the American military in Afghanistan. The review looked at whether several thousand more troops should be deployed to the country. KUAM will bring you live coverage of Trump's speech tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. on TV8.
Guam's lawmakers are going through Senator B.J. Cruz's biennial budget line by line, where today the Department of Education spent the day in the Committee of the Whole. Lawmakers are still coming to terms with the budget bill as they enter their second week of trying to reconcile numbers. But there was some heated debate between Senator Mike San Nicolas and Department of Administration Director Christine Belletto.
Reconcile with what? I mean, the financials are the financials. Every year we start with a clean slate. So are you saying that you want to appropriate an additional amount to them? We're not quite understanding. They handle their own financials. What is the question? What needs to be reconciled?
If you don't understand what I'm getting at, I think that underscores the problem.
No, I think that what underscores the problem is you don't understand accounting and you're trying to hold us accountable for something you don't understand.
You know what you don't understand, ma'am? You don't understand the fact that you have a $110 million deficit under your watch and you're still trying to justify your numbers.
Earlier today, GDOE Superintendent John Fernandez sent a letter to the Speaker reiterating that the department has not received $5.1 million in allotments from DOA. Fernandez stating, quote, "This has exacerbated GDOE's ability to pay its obligations and has added to the cash deficits from prior years," unquote. He went on to explain in his letter that GDOE at present has more than $7.1 million in accounts payable and $732,000 is related to prior obligations.
Well, it's supposed to be quite the sight to see this week. 38 years since the United States has seen a solar eclipse.
And while Guam isn't in its immediate path, Valerie Maige has an out-of-this-world look on how you can still take part.
It's the solar eclipse of the century, and the rare event has everyone in the United States in an astronomical frenzy. Though we won't get to see the solar eclipse up close, the National Park Service on Guam is doing its part to give island residents a peek at the action.
Even though we won't be a part of it here in Guam, there is an excitement and an imagination that has caught in the United States. And there's lots of national parks that are in the path of totality, and even more that are going to see a partial solar eclipse tomorrow. So we wanted to be able to bring that excitement to the community here in Guam.
Lead park ranger and NASA Solar System Ambassador Kelly Carroll explains the last time the U.S. saw a total solar eclipse was in 1979. For those on the west coast of the U.S. mainland, the maximum eclipse will be visible on Monday, August 21st, just after 10 a.m., with the partial eclipse ending around 11:45 a.m. Pacific time. Guam residents can watch live coverage of the event beginning at 2 a.m. on Tuesday, the 22nd. According to the NASA website, the path of totality, essentially the path of the eclipse where things get really dark, extends from the west coast through Oregon, up through Nebraska, and through to South Carolina. The path is about 70 miles wide, a fairly narrow portion for prime viewing. Also known as Guam's Star Lady, Pam Eastlick explains just exactly what the total solar eclipse entails.
The sun is exactly 400 times larger than the moon, but it is also exactly almost 400 times farther away. So they look like they're the same size in the sky. And when the moon passes directly between the sun and the earth, it blocks the sun's light.
Eastlick says because we're on the side of the Earth that's turned away from the sun when the moon passes directly between the sun and the Earth, we won't be able to see the solar eclipse on our end. But in 2 years' time, Guam will be getting a nice little Christmas surprise.
The next large eclipse, the next, really kind of cool eclipse, is going to happen the day after Christmas in 2019. That is an annular eclipse, but it will be total over Guam. Okay? And that is definitely your best eclipse to see. There will be a total solar eclipse over Guam, but it unfortunately happens in Star Trek times. It happens in 2225.
And for all you astronomy buffs or stargazers or anyone who just wants to see this very rare event, live coverage begins tomorrow at 2 a.m. here at the T. Stell Newman Center. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Valerie Maige.
Well, it was an early morning shakeup if you felt it. The USGS reporting a 4.2 magnitude earthquake north of Guam early this morning.
It happened around 12:40 a.m. today, about 15 kilometers northeast of Jigo. Fortunately, no reports of any injuries or damages.
And I was sound asleep. Well, coming up in sports, Dave Delgado has a recap of all the weekend action, but first, here's weather.
From the network that brought you up to 3 times more data comes the dawn of a new data. The epic story of Guam's only network brave enough to give 10 free gigs of bonus data on every line every month to customers who bundle their services. Reviewers are calling the offer totes awesome. Best deal ever. And yes.
Visit gta.net for details.
I prepare, I train through strength, determination, and focus. You can overcome anything because every step, every move brings you closer to your goals. This is what makes you an alpha.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Ariola at 472-6114.
Welcome back, Grandma. Wow.
I did a lot of shopping in Italy, and I met a nice man.
Ciao.
Gino.
Da Italia.
He's Italian.
Very cool.
Buick now has an SUV for that. The new Buick Envision. One of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Get 15% below MSRP on all 2017 Envision preferred vehicles. That's over $5,600 on this Envision. Visit AutoSpot Buick today.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. The annual Shea Invitational Girls Volleyball Tournament took place at the GW Gym. The tournament gives teams a chance to get in some warm-up games before the season gets underway tomorrow night. Here's more on the event. 12 teams took part in the annual tournament hosted by the GW Geckos. The preseason tournament got underway Friday night with teams being split into 3 pools. First round of games were played with a 30-minute time limit, or first team to 30. The top 2 teams from each pool then advanced to the second round after brackets were redone. Games were then played to 25, best out of 3, with the winners moving on.
It's a stepping stone for coaches and players
more so players to give them more time to play, and it gives coaches time to tweak their team and to technically like scout the other teams. So, I mean, it's all in good fun.
Coach Kanata says it has been great for Dr. Shea to continue to give back throughout the years and allow the girls a chance to get in some warm-up games before the season. Tournaments like this help the younger players advance their game and compete at a high level. The St. John's Knights walked away with the tournament title after beating out the Academy Cougars in 2 sets, 25-20, 25-17. The GW Geckos beat out the Notre Dame Royals for 3rd place.
I'm really impressed with the teams this year. There's a lot of competition. Teams have improved throughout the years, and I'm just in awe.
Dusit and Docomo met up at the Tamuning Gym for their Shirley's Basketball League matchup. David Diego with a nice bounce pass to Jason Tovez for the basket off the backboard. 12 points in the game for Tovez. Jan Gamboa all over the court for Dusit. Game high 25 points for Gamboa. Neil Apolado's jumper is a little short. Diego with the rebound, dribbles up court and gives the ball up to Andrew Norriguez, who goes baseline for the bank shot. He put up 11 points. Apolado to Gamboa to Gail Santos. Santos has been drinking his protein shakes, muscling his way inside for 2 of his 12 points in the game. David Diego going one-on-one with Apolado. Spin move, contact on the play, basket's good and one. 3-point play in the books after the free throw. Dusit with the win over Docomo 65-51. Neil Apolado finished the game with 13 points, 3-pointer drops, pose for the camera, check, backpedal after the bucket, check. Guam National Youth Football Federation results now. Packers take 2 out of the 3 divisions over the Steelers. In the Munha game, the Packers won 26-6. Steelers win in the Mecca division 26-6, and the Packers take the Matua game 6-0. Cowboys taking on the Broncos. In the Munha division, the Cowboys walked away with the win 12-0. Metgood 25-0 in the Broncos' favor. And in the Matua game, the Broncos shut out the Cowboys 30-0. Raiders swept the Giants in all 3 games, 26-0 in the Munha division, 18-0 for the Metgood game, and 6-0 in the Matua division. The Outlaws took on the Eagles at Southern High yesterday afternoon. It was a 0-0 tie in the Munha division. In the Mecca division, the Outlaws won 7-0, and in the Matua division, the Outlaws won 18-12. Ricky Duenas won his 2nd Budweiser King of the Lanes title over Ray St. Nicholas at Central Lanes in Tamuning. The top seed Duenas hit 5 strikes in a row to put the game out of reach for the monthly title. In the Aloha Made Prince of the Lanes, 2nd seed Jacelyn Espiritu struck on the first 3 frames to take a 42-pin lead over top seed Darian Borja. Espiritu went on to win her first Prince of the Lanes title with a 205-162 victory. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
Put $500 in your backpack during Nissan's Back to School Relief event. Purchase a new Nissan with payments starting as low as $76 per pay period and get $500 cash back. School supplies, uniforms, lunches, load it all up in a new Nissan, including the kids. With payments starting as low as $76 per pay period and with $500 cash back, you get an A+. For more back to school deals, go to NissanGuam.com or see your favorite sales associate at Nissan Upper Tumon.
GU Self-Storage, Guam's newest and largest storage facility with the island's largest variety of storage unit sizes to meet customer demands. Our facility applies the most advanced access and security surveillance system, including the state-of-the-art Easy Code phone app. Keep what's important to you safe and secure with fully covered loading and unloading area in a fully climate-controlled facility. We offer professional packing, pickup, and delivery of your storage items and complimentary use of hand truck, appliance dollies, and pallet jacks, and offer ADA accessible units. For our customer convenience, we offer access to our on-site business center, conference room, and mail hub services. Call our friendly and professional management team at 648-7867 to learn more about our flexible month-to-month lease options with best rates starting as low as $50. GU Self-Storage, located next to McDonald's in Harmon, the old GPA building.
I'm here to announce the launch of McDonald's new signature sriracha sandwich, and they decided to turn it up. It's topped with crispy onions, fresh baby spinach, and kale. Onions and baby